Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, Joe Flacco was asking about the idea of Jamar Chase going off script and changing his routes. This is what Joe said.
What is it like when Jamar comes to you and says, I understand the play call was this, but
Oh yeah, I know. You think it like I don't think he's out there freestyling. At least not with me right now. And listen, I mean, ultimately, if he came to me and said, "Hey, I know the play's this, but I'm going to do this," I'd say, "Okay, I guess, yeah, that's what you're going to do. Okay, that sounds good to me." I would I would lean on him to feel it out. But I don't necessarily see that happening. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, if he was to come to me and do that, I'd just say, "Yes, sir. That's what we'll do."
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Unc? That's a beautiful thing too. When you have a veteran quarterback like that, and the receiver can see things that the quarterback can't see, and the receiver can see things that the offensive coordinator might not be able to see. Obviously, he's up there maybe in the box, but it's different when you field side and you got a bird's eye view not a bird's eye view, but a front view of everything and what you can and can't do. If Jamar Chase and Joe Flacco get some type of communication skills or maybe a number system. I know that's not the offense that they're running right now, but with Joe can hit him something like down by the hip, like if he sees something they playing off and they got the eye contact, you just throw him something simple. You know how many yards receive. I'm talking about good receivers and quarterbacks leave out there because they stay on script. When it's right there. The game of football is not complicated. You can go off script and do something very safe. Oh, he playing off 7 yards. The safety in the middle of the field. Give him a hitch. Give him a slant. And we seen Uno. We done seen him take a goddamn slant 80 goddamn yards. We done seen him take a hitch, break a tackle, and go down 30, 40 yards until backside catching. I mean, it's just little stuff like that, man. And it's good. I'm glad we have Joe. I'm glad they asked that question because now what's gonna happen now is when they play this goddamn game tomorrow night, there's gonna come a time where there's a play that's called and they're gonna be on their own page.
Well, I think that's something like he said Jamar comes to him and tell him that.
Right.
They don't have the type of relationship. They haven't worked together long enough
Right.
that Joe will know that, okay, it's this coverage and he's supposed to do this. He's going to do that. They haven't played together long enough.
It take time. It take time. That's why I said some kind of something that they can do with their hands. It got to be something. It got to be something. Just because you leave so many plays out there, you leave so many yards out there trying to do everything by the book. Sometimes you just have to play football. Sometimes it's not just X and O's. Sometimes it's not scheme. Sometimes you can go off script and still have success based on what you see. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
But the thing is, Ocho, look, Joe, you mentioned Joe just been there. He's been there 10 days. It's hard to build a connection and Ocho, I touch my chin, run a smoke.
yeah. See?
You know,
I
I touch my hip, run a square out.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that because hell, I tell him that I'm like, hey, my chin was just itching. No, I ain't mean to do it. My chin was itching. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, Ocho? You and Carson had that because you and Carson had built up a rapport, a relationship, and that's something that you talked about.
Right.
You know, John, I would know if guys playing this kind of leverage, this is what John expects me to do. If I'm getting man coverage, he expects me to bust it out of the break.
Right.
If he's outside, he already knows I'm gonna take 3 steps and I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
So that was over years and years and years.
Right.
Or if I'm gonna uncover, but that's asking a lot. And I'm glad Chase comes to him and said, "Look, I know I'm supposed to do this, but on this play right here, I'm gonna do that."
Right.
So now he's already put the seed. He's already planted the seed in Joe's head.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you throw that in, because I'm running out. Because if you throw it in, you will hit it right in the chest. Because I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Yeah, listen, long as they're on the same page. Long as they're on the same page, because we are not built, obviously, with Joe just getting there. You just said it. Joe only been there goddamn 10 minutes. He only been there 10 minutes. So we can't overcome mistakes. We can't overcome turnovers. We got to be as efficient as possible on offense, all 4 quarters. The same way we looked when we came out of halftime at that Green Bay game, that 17 play drive, that's what we got to look like all 4 quarters. And now that Joe has a little bit more time with the offense, with the play calling, getting a little familiar with the system, I think we have a good chance at competing and beating the Steelers that are on a roll right now. Aaron Rodgers is on fire. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to sit here and try to talk trash. Boy, they look good, huh? But I think we can compete with them. Now, I don't know what we're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. That's the problem. That's been our Achilles heel for a while now. But offensively, Joe can keep our head above the water. So basically, I'm saying if this was the Titanic, the Bengals offense is Rose. We might be in the water, but she on the dough.
So in other words, you gotta right now. You're not a fast sinker. You slow sinking. I mean, it's gonna take some time for you guys to get to the bottom. But right now you got a hole.
Listen,
you got a little hole in your hull, Ocho. I'm just saying, you got a hole in your hull.
Hey, listen, the boat done sunk. Cause Joe Burrow's hurt, right? But listen, if the offense is Rose and Rose is on the dough in the water, Rose is on the dough in the water, so she's floating.
Yeah,
she's floating. So we good right now. We good.
The water real cold, Ocho.
Oh, it's
Hypothermia
cold.
setting in.
It's gonna be. I'm going to the game tomorrow. I'm flying out there. It's cold. We're gonna be all right though.
Look, the Steelers defense is playing unbelievable. I mean, Jalen Ramsey is giving them a boost because you can do so many things. He can play safety, he can play corner, he can play slot, he can blitz. He's an outstanding tackler. He's not afraid to get his uniform dirty.
Oh, he's come up and hit you.
One of those guys that he want. Ocho, you remember back in the day, Ocho, we wanted our jersey. We wanted our uniform to get dirty. Yeah. And guys that didn't play, they rolling on the ground trying to pretend like they got their uniform dirty in the game. Nah, bro, you just rolled on the ground. You ain't getting no action. Yeah. Jalen Ramsey is a guy that'll get his uniform dirty.
Hey, he gonna come up and hit you now.
Hell yeah, he will.
Hey, you know who he remind me of? I mean, listen, I know you watched a lot of football over the years, a lot of defensive back play, and you know how much I love DBs. And I've never seen 2 DBs that always come to mind when I think of defensive backs. Forget covering. They can cover, but boy, they will come up and smack you. I'm talking about smack you. That goddamn Antoine Winfield, as small as he was when he played.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
And that goddamn Nate Clemens when he was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Man, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all don't have no regard for your body. they ain't care. And you got to remember, this is the running era.
Yeah.
So I'm watching them pull up, share blocks, and taking running backs that's way bigger than them. I'm not talking about going low and going. I'm talking about up high. Man, what is you doing?
Yeah, you got to. I mean, in that era, Champ was a good tackler. Champ didn't mind hitting.
Yeah.
You run to a guy, you run to a side where you like, man, he's not a tackler. Okay, we're gonna try to. Well, hey, we're gonna try to. What we're gonna try to do? We're gonna try to put a lineman on him. We're gonna try to put our safety because what you do, you push the corner and then you have the corner crack the safety. And so we're gonna see if you want to make a tackle. We know the safety. Most safeties are good tacklers, especially strong safety. We know they'll tackle. We want to see if you a tackle.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see. Or you're going to retreat and hope somebody, because a lot of times, they'll retreat hoping somebody else come. Y'all make the tackle. I'm going to hold it up. Now I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to keep giving ground. Now y'all come and make this tackle.
Yeah. Waiting on pursuit to come help.
That's exactly what they're waiting on.
Hey, but you know what's scary too? And I think about it playing DB, especially during our era, where it's even worse now, is when you crack replace and that goddamn guard is pulling. It's
more difficult now, Ocho, because the DBs can't go low on the offensive lineman.
You
remember back in the day, the DBs could go low. They could cut the lineman out.
And create a pile.
But they cut that out. That's a penalty now. That's a 15-yard penalty if you cut the legs out of an offensive lineman. You got to step up in there and take that punishment. And most corners ain't really trying to take on no guard, not trying to take on no tackles or anything like that. So you think the Bengals got a shot tomorrow, Ocho?
I think so, and I'm only saying this from an offensive perspective. I'm only saying from the offensive perspective, and the fact that it's a division game, both teams are familiar with each other. They know exactly what each other like to do. I know they have a different quarterback. Hell, we got a different one too. But for some reason, the game is always close. I don't think it will be a blowout. It will probably be a low-scoring game. And in order for us to win, up front, offensive line, you got to have some type of pride, baby. You got to have some type of pride. I know TJ Watt is going to make his plays. They get played too. I know they're gonna make their plays, but for the most part, if you keep Joe Flacco upright, he can wheel and deal. And we saw that early in the second half of that Green Bay game. We saw it. We saw it. So
Y'all
I'm
got your
hoping to
work
get a
cut
little
out
bit
for
more
you.
of that all 4 quarters.